Alright, so hello. Long time no see. So it's been a bit of a hiatus for me. I have been away for quite some time, working on some things and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it. Working on some things and stuff. And I thought while I was sitting here waiting on my sister, I would take a second and kind of freshen up because I had to run her out today, and your girl slept in her makeup. She is giving derelict in terms of looks today, but I thought that I would kind of touch up my face and kind of catch up with you guys a little bit about where I've been, what's been going on, and everything that's kind of fallen in between. So, I haven't streamed since October, and the reason for that there have been many, let's just say many reasons why I haven't streamed since October, and the most blatant one that you're probably wondering about is the fact that I had a stalker who would not leave me alone, would not go away, would not stop. They just wouldn't stop. And I needed a break from that. Honestly, it wasn't just the fact that stream was getting a little long in the tooth, or just I was dealing with a lot, and that person was not letting up. I was being targeted by somebody who basically knew me, knew how I would react to things, and wanted me to be miserable. And it worked for a time. I was absolutely just heartbroken by it because the person who was doing it knew me well enough to know what to pick at and what to say and what to do, and it was really messed up. It just was. And I had a hard time with it because the people doing it wasn't just one person, there were people doing it, and I absolutely loved them, and it broke my heart that they would go there, because had the situation been reversed, I never would have done that to them. In fact, the situation had been reversed, and it's tiresome sometimes when you are doing your best to be the bigger person, because disputes happen. You're always going to have people in life that either don't understand your reasoning for doing certain things, and it's a rough go. It's a rough go. And so I was sitting trying to figure out how I was going to handle that, and honestly it was leaving me crying, because you make a choice like I had to make about the well-being of yourself and the well-being of other people that you care about, so I had to make that choice, and then to be treated like I was for making that choice when other people couldn't is really difficult, because I adore these people still to this day, and I needed them to understand why I made the choices that I made, but they weren't seeing it, they didn't want to hear it, and honestly I just didn't have the energy. I didn't have the energy anymore to explain it. I just didn't. And so I was being targeted because of this, and I didn't intend to step back like I stepped back, but I needed some time to process a lot of what was going on badly, and I took the time. Now, we all have discussed mental health and how that can really affect somebody in the way that they make decisions and the things that they do, and I was trying to take the mental health of the people around me into consideration in terms of what needs were made and everything else, and it just backfired on me horribly. So that took up several months of me just trying to figure out life, as it were, the way it was going to look from there on. Because believe it or not, being without these people in my life was a huge dent. It hurt me bad, greatly, in fact, to cut ties. It was not an easy thing. It was not an easy decision. It wasn't something I took lightly. And it really hurt me to have to do it. Truly. So then comes Halloween stream. And it just got to a point where everything just kind of piled on at once. And then the stalker called me I can't say that word here. Called me a really lewd name, and that was the last straw for me. So I needed to take a break. I was getting to the point where I was getting angry, I was getting frustrated, and stream was no longer the safe place that I had built for you all or for me anymore. And nothing that I was going to do, nothing that I could say was going to fix that, because Twitch wasn't helping. They weren't doing anything to resolve the issue, despite numerous reports being made. Twitch wasn't helping, and no matter what I did, I couldn't seem to get people to listen to anything that was happening in regards to trying to keep myself safe, trying to keep my community safe. It broke my heart because I raided in on a friend of mine on Halloween. I raided them, and I wanted them to have a really lovely stream, and this person decided in their infinite wisdom that they were going to troll the person that I had raided, and that broke my heart. It really did, because there was no reason for it. It was uncalled for, and this person was trying to raise money for charity, and that's what they did. They chose to do that, and at that point I was disgusted, and I just really needed that break, and so I took it. And I didn't intend, I just expected it to be a couple of streams, but I've been dealing with my dad dying and everything. He's been gone today and tomorrow 4 years. This is the anniversary. And I got to thinking about what was important to me, and the fact that everything that was important to me has been someone is trying to take that from me, and it made me put my boots on. I was mad, really, really mad. And I realized that just because someone has decided that they're angry with me, they don't get to dictate how I live. And the thing is, it broke my heart knowing that my reasons for removing myself literally from their presence, because they did not want me there, was enough to drive someone to be like this. So I decided in December, because at that point I had some family stuff going on, including mourning Dad and everything, that I was going to take a break over Christmas. Normally I would have done a bunch of Christmas streams. Halloween, the month of Halloween, would have been a lot of different activities and games and stuff that I would have put together for everyone, and it would have been so enjoyable. It would have been amazing had it not been for the fact that I was literally being stalked on multiple platforms. I was being followed around in game. I was being harassed daily by one person or a group of people. It was honestly very hard to tell, and I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't able to play games with people. I wasn't even able to moderate there for a while, and I like being a moderator. I think that's fun. It was a rough couple of months, to say the least, and there was nothing I could do about it. It still upsets me. It still upsets me. It's been almost a year since my last stream, and I'm still upset to my core about how this played out. And I mean, it is what it is. So I love you guys to death. So I tried to make sure that I was still available to everyone. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, our values within our community were still kind of being upheld. Like, you guys are worth it. You're worth the time. You're worth all of the energy. You're worth being loved. You're worth everything. Just take a moment, take a breath, and understand that what we had in my stream, like in my community, was very special. It's not something that you can bottle. And the level of gratitude that I have, especially now, like seeing how many people have still been so supportive, that have checked in, that have kept in touch with me, that have followed me around on Instagram and my TikToks. Like, if I decide to post something, if I deign to do it, they're there. And I can't tell you how amazing that is and how wonderful you all have been to me. And I want to come back. I'm ready to come back. I just need the time, because some things have changed in my life. My sister and her son have both moved in with us. We are all in close quarters. So finding the time and the space to stream has been extremely difficult. I rarely have a moment to myself anymore to be able to create or think. And I feel like that's cheating you guys in a way, because, you know, at least I would have a game plan, a minute one. I usually let you all take me in whichever direction, but a minute little game plan to be able to actually enjoy our time and do different things. And, you know, I don't feel like I have that, and it makes me really sad. And I know that that's not how this is supposed to go, that I'm just supposed to that I can just show up and not have a plan and just hang out. I know that I can do that. You guys have more than proven that to me time and time again. You guys don't really care as long as I show up, but I care. It bothers me to not be able to provide the type of content that I want you guys to enjoy, and to be able to think about, you know, and have the mental capacity to ask how your day is and what's going on with you guys and everything that you're into. And it hurts me to not feel like I'm giving 100% when, you know, you can go to other communities and enjoy your time and not sit there and see me upset, or watch me have to deal with somebody that's trying to make my life miserable, or retaliate for something they feel like they're justified in. Because that's exactly what was going on there for a while. And that's rough. Like, on the person of the receiving end of it, it's rough. But I had to make that choice to save myself. That's the reality of it. I had to. And then, so I actually was getting ready to start streaming for Christmas. So December 2nd rolls in. And I get a letter from my hometown, the county clerk's office. And I find out that I'm being sued by my own family at Christmas because they want the house that my father left me. I owned a percentage of the house, and I shared ownership with my aunt and uncle. And my aunt and uncle were suing me to take the house from me. And I own so little of a percentage that they were able to do that. They were able to force me to sell them my dad's portion of the house, and not only sell it to them, but sell it to them for the cheapest that they could possibly get it. So I had to go and pack up my father's house starting in January. And I had to be out. Well, I had to reply back by January, and I had to be out by Kill Switch and my son's birthday, which is April Fool's Day. I had to be out by that weekend, and I had no way of accomplishing that on my own whatsoever. No way of doing that. And thank God for Senny, because she helped me, and we got all that managed. It was rough. And I couldn't stream through that. Like, I thought about it. I took the equipment to the hotel and was going to, you know, basically ask if you guys would be willing to keep me company while I went through all of that. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's no, people do not need to be involved in that. So I tried to handle that as gracefully and as quietly as I possibly could, because I have been not okay at all. This is why I've not been okay. The stalking sucked. People being mad at me sucked. But being sued by your family at Christmas really sucks. Really sucks. Especially when they're trying to grab at something that doesn't belong to them in the first place. You know, like, there's so much more to how that went down than I'm willing to discuss right now. Just every level of trust, love, everything breached. Like, I was being kicked repeatedly while I was down. My uncle at one point threatened me via text message because he didn't think I was doing what he wanted me to do, and the truth is it was his lawyer that fucked that up. I can talk about this now because everything's closed, but I've been down, and I've been getting kicked repeatedly. And I didn't want to bring anybody else into that. And I know that I've gotten messages to the effect that a lot of people are really upset. And for that, I'm terribly sorry. There's nothing I can do right now. Or then. I couldn't do anything about it then either. Sorry, lip liner. So your girl's been going through a lot. More than most people normally would. And there's not been shit I can do about it. Not shit. I've had to take it with no lube for a while. And that's been rough. And like trying to go live and talk about it. To try to begin to explain. I can't tell you how many times I have sat and tried to do this. Just this. To talk to you guys. To tell you all what's happening. To put it into words. It's not ideal. Because the pain is indescribable. It's indescribable. But it's been long enough. You guys deserve to know where I've been. So we haven't moved. Killswitch we have not gotten a divorce, which has been a rumor. There's been no reason for divorce. That is my fucking human. Between him and Senny, I wouldn't survive. I honestly would not. So Killswitch and I are fine. Our children are doing great. They're growing like weeds and being awesome. And we have one more in the house. We have 3 kids with us right now. Because my sister is, like I said, my sister is living with us. So we have my nephew, my daughter, and my son. And then we have my sister is living with us. We're all very close quarters. And so what my plan is, what I'm hoping to do, is come back and start streaming for you guys while the kids are in school. But the thing is like, I really don't know, truthfully, if I should come back. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm a good place for you guys to come to get a laugh anymore. That's what it boils down to. I really don't know. So, yeah. That's where I've been. that's what's been going on. And, let me know if you guys want me to come back, because I really don't know if I should. I loved streaming. I loved goofing off with you all. I loved making friends. I loved being able to curate new things for you guys, and everything still works. I have all of my equipment except my Go XLR. That thing's turning into trash. But let me know if you guys want me to come back. Ball is in your court. Let me know.